Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we have a chance to check fresh release from Miniart. This kit is molded in 1/35 scale and it copies T-60, but this time it's a plant number 37 Sverdlovsk, production spring 1942, and you can see this tank on the box art. It's an interior kit, so it means there is a fully detailed internal components included. And of course everything is molded in quite popular scale, so you will be able to add some figurines or maybe to use it as a part of some interesting diorama. This is a commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same kit if you order it from any good model shop. And as far as I know, Modelimex already has them for the sale, available for order, so if you would like to have one, just go to their web shop and order this kit. So first of all, I would like to show you the size of this box, and here you can see it. So it's not that big box, I would say, especially if compared with some other 1/35 scale kits from Miniart. On the side we have some information about this plastic kit, but it's not parts count, it's just that glue is not included, paints are also not included, and blah blah blah. Here you can see also the address of the manufacturer and QR code for the kit info page, as far as I can guess, or maybe the manufacturer's website. And here you can see the marking options, and that's really impressive because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 marking options included into this kit. Once again, I will show them just like this. And some of you might say that it's not difficult because, as you can see, the main difference is those numbers on the turret. We also have the German version, by the way. But still it is quite nice to have that many marking options, and note that some symbols will be able, you will be able to replicate with paint, with brush and paint, but we'll check it a bit later. We will talk about it later. Let's open this box. It's a top opening box, and as you can see, the top cover is quite thin. So I would rather ask the seller to pack thoroughly this kit in order to avoid any nice things happening with this kit. So here you can see the plastic sprues packed into one plastic bag. Then we have assembly manual on the bottom, so we will check it a bit later. I would like to start with plastic parts. As usual for Miniart, everything is sealed into the plastic bag, so I will have to use the scissors in order to open it. Just give me a second. And meanwhile, let me remind you that we are gathering money also for new photo and video equipment. You can also donate in order to buy some specific kit, and it is easy to do because we have the donate button on our website. So you just click on it, you choose the amount you would like to send us, and there is also possibility to add some message, so you can, for example, write that you would like to see this review or that review, and if we will have enough money for this kit, we will get it and review it, as it happened with small carrier kit from Revel. So here inside we have two plastic bags included into one. As usual, one is somehow attached to this big one, so I guess I will have to tear it off because otherwise you won't be able to remove it. So just give me a second. As you can see, it was done, of course, sealing procedure is done with temperature, high temperature, and as you can see, one bag became connected with another one. So that's why we have those difficulties. Okay, now it should be fine. So because this bag is half open, we continue opening it and remove all plastic sprues from it. So just give me a second. Okay, finally, first one is ready. So here we have first gray plastic sprue. Let's zoom in. Here manufacturer placed those side skirts, also the lower panel for the main hull. We also have some parts for the suspension and minor pioneer tools. For example, here you can see shovel. We have towing cable, which is molded like this. And note the amount of attachment points. You have to be careful because this is a really thin part and it will be easy to break it at once, and maybe you can even replace it with some metal wire. Now let's do the zoom mode so that you can see everything with your own eyes. So because this is an interior kit, we have detailing both inside and outside on this hull panel. Nevertheless, we have more of those parts, of such parts. So here you can see a small frame with drive sprockets and also separately molded hatches. Of course, we won't be doing the zoom mode for this one because it's it's easily visible what is included here. From the other side there is also detailing, so no worries. Okay. Next we have sprue with hull parts. So as you can see, we have here various panels. Again, molding quality is quite clean and attachment points are thin enough in order to carefully separate all those parts. Here we have separately molded hatch, which will be placed here. And from the other side we have some minor interior detailing, which will be visible if you open any of those hatches. Next we have road wheels. And those are supplied on several sprues. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 plastic sprues of the same type. Of course, I will show you only one because there is no point to show them once again, over and over. So here you can see the road wheels. Those are molded as one-piece parts, and the only thing you have to be careful is painting those rubber parts on your model because, as you can see, they're molded together with wheel rims, let's say. Next we have the turret, which is molded as a one-piece part. Here you can see it. It's really nice that they decided to mold it as a one-piece part, so you won't have any issues with alignment of the separate panels. And looks really good. All necessary hatches are separate. Inside we don't have any detailing, but I can guess that it will be added separately with help of small parts. Then we have also several sprues with idlers, 1, 2, 3. So those are quite tiny parts. Each is placed on 2 attachment points. Let's focus the camera so that you can see. And their size is really small. Here you can see comparison with my hand. So don't forget to carefully separate it. We can move to the next one because this one is quite small to be discussing it for too long. So here we have 2 identical plastic sprues. Let's zoom out a bit. Those parts will be used for interior, and as you can see here we have, for example, fire extinguisher, various bars which will be installed inside. I guess those will be supporting the engine. Here you can see it from the other side. Again, there is no point to do the zoom mode for these ones. So we move to the next frame. Here manufacturer placed this large hull top cover, and I'm not sure about this design, let's say, because as you can see it is pre-bent. You won't have to spend your time trying to align these 2 panels, but due to if there will be some excessive pressure from the top, you can get a bent part and then you will have to correct it somehow. So now let's do the zoom mode for this one, because it is interesting to see external detailing. Okay, next plastic sprue is here. It is quite small, and those parts will be used for interior, as you can guess. So nothing special in my opinion. Here, by the way, you can see from the other side we have the special guiding elements. And next we have another sealed plastic bag. This one is dedicated to clear parts and also decals. So I will use scissors in order to open it. Okay, it's ready. Here we have this large decals sheet. So as you can see, as you remember, we have more than 10 marking options in this kit, and all those symbols will be used for those options. Of course, you can replicate some of those numbers with help of brush and white paint. It will be up to you, and obviously brush and white paint would look even more natural than just decal. But it's a case of your, let's say, experience. If you have steady hands and you are able to draw nice numbers, then you will be good with this. Then here we have the one and only small clear plastic sprue. This one carries headlamp and also tail light. Molding quality looks good. We can zoom even more so that you can see these parts closer. And of course masks are not included for these parts. So if you would like to mask them somehow, you will have to do it with your own hands. Now I'm trying to open the next plastic bag, because as you remember, this kit was separated into two plastic bags, even though these two were sealed into one. Okay, so we just cut this corner, then we cut through this. Okay. And here we have slightly bigger sprues. Why? Because those are dedicated to mostly to interior parts, but there are some also exterior elements as well, so I will show them in a second. First of all, we have this large frame with parts for internal detailing. It is quite obvious because we have various equipment which is installed in the tank, and also the driver's seat, for example. And now let's do the zoom mode so that you can see all those tiny parts closer. Even though this is a 1/35 scale, some parts are really small, so you will have to be careful with them. And of course, make sure that you won't lose them, because otherwise it will be quite an interesting experience trying to find those parts. Then we have small plastic sprues with tracks, so we have here 6 of them. It's a one batch, and then we have another one. It's also here we have the 5 of those sprues. So these are plastic tracks. It means this kit does not feature any vinyl parts, and that's really cool because plastic parts, especially with separate track links, will be handy for various purposes. For example, you would like to replicate some damaged tank, or maybe you would like to replicate some detailed weathering. The only thing you should be ready is that there is no assembly jig for this, so you have to build your own in order to join those separate track links together. Molding quality looks really good. We can zoom even more. And of course it will be tedious process. It is, I mean, there is no arguing in this, but the final result should look really good. Here you can see these tracks from the other side. And of course, plastic is easier to paint than vinyl, so that's why it's an advantage of this kit, not a problem. Then here we have 3 plastic sprues of the same type, and manufacturer or Miniart decided to place here various stowage bins, suspension parts. We have also another half of the drive sprocket, and from the other side you can see that we have some guiding elements for various parts. Okay, next plastic sprue is dedicated to the drivetrain of this tank. Because it's interior kit, that's why we get fully detailed engine. Now let's zoom in so that you can see all those parts closer. It is interesting that engine is separated into several halves, as you can see, and we have guiding elements inside, so it shouldn't be difficult to join them together. And last gray plastic sprue is dedicated to side panels of the main hull, so let's zoom in. Here you can see that we have installation slots for suspension parts, and inside we have guiding parts for various internal elements. So just carefully separate all those parts, combine them together, and you should be good to go. There is one more bonus. It's a small envelope with Miniart logo on the top. We open it, and here we have the P thread for fine detailing. As far as I can guess, most of those parts will go into the tank. They won't be used outside. Nevertheless, outside we will see, for example, this mesh, which will be placed on the engine bay, and some other elements as well. These are unpainted parts, so you will be able to cover them with any shade you would like to, and of course they will require the traditional procedures which you use with P parts, so cover them with primer and then paint them with any shade you would use with this model. Next bonus is assembly manual, of course. This one is printed in form of large brochure. We have short list of the features on the first page, on the cover, let's say. Here we have first 3 marking options, so 1, 2, 3, and then there is a parts map, colors chart, and note that colors chart is given in several manufacturers' designations, so you will be able to find the one you use. Here you can see another page with parts map, and assembly process starts with interior, of course. So as you can see, we start with lower panel, we install various parts such as driver's seat. For example, here this is a drive box or gearbox. Then we install control sticks. We continue with engine assembly. Fire extinguisher is here. Then we join the right panel of the hull into the place. Then we continue with top cover or glacis plate, let's say. Here we install the rear armor panel. We continue with various minor parts. And even though finished model should be something like this in size, still you can see how packed it will be with various parts. So take your time, don't hurry with these elements, because if you spend some time with painting and weathering, it will be a nice result, especially in such size. Because 1/35 scale, it's not surprising for anyone, but such size of the model in 1/35 scale will be surprising. Here you can see the first assembly option. It's a openable top hatch for the driver. Here we continue with road wheels. We install the engine bay cover here. We also install this special cover for the driver place. Then we continue with tools which are placed on the side skirts. And note that those side skirts will also employ the P parts. Here you can see installation of the turret ring. Then we continue with turret itself. And as you can see here, you will be installing the various main gun parts. Here we install the side panels or side skirts in place. Here you can see, by the way, the P parts installed on the engine bay space. And here I'm a bit confused because, as you can see, the glacis plate will be put onto the main gun and machine gun. So be careful while doing this because those are quite thin parts. And here we have two pages of the marking options. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a German version, by the way, and note that it has the modeling camouflage. And here you can see more of them. Those are 4 more marking options from the same tank brigade from Leningrad front, summer 1943. So it will be up to you which one to choose for your model, but it is quite wide choice, and I think it won't be that easy. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such kit. Write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.